Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 89, Mighty Nine Time Campaign 2. Last we saw in the Patreon hour, we are looking for fighting pits. We're going to one of the skeeziest places. You can see it. Oh, you can't see it right now because the black window's up, but it says right there, Marisha is saying, Asbo, Matt, which is the skeeziest dive bar we've crossed paths with on our little journey, because we've been spending an hour, we're letting a jester lead, and we're trying to go door to door or place to place and ask people where the fighting pits are. Caleb said something about a mud place or something. I can't remember what it was, but he said there are definitely fighting pits here. We, meaning Ford Bow, not Jester, and possibly Caduceus. Caduceus I'm not 100% on, but I don't know where else he'd be or what he'd be doing if he didn't come with us. He was playing with this horn thing that was like a shell or something. So to the fighting pits we go. We also, in that Patreon hour, spent about 30 or 40 minutes, not even exaggerating, unless I am. Am I? I don't think so. I would venture to guess there is a minimum of 30 minutes of Jester, which I'm not upset about. It was very entertaining, but Jester scried and sended for a good 15 or 20 minutes. Then we talked about how one of the people we sent to was Bo's father, and Bo's father got all paranoid and made it sound like he was willing to offer a demon something. He was like, tell me what you want, and we got it. And then they were laughing about it. But technically, we just got Bo's paranoid father to believe that demons might have slaughtered a wine family that is our competitor, and that now he owes them. It's crazy. But then we talked about that for like 10 or 15 minutes. It was entertaining, but I feel like there is so much going on, and it was just funny to me that we spent a good part of that episode talking about irrelevant things. But I guess we need a breather from time to time, and we need to be entertained. So let's jump in. We'll talk more at the end. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. Vox Machina Season 1 and 2. 3 has got to be coming up soon, right? Or is I don't know. It usually comes out in January, I feel like. So maybe that's approaching. But we have hundreds of other shows. Fiona and Cake of Justified just ended. Chucky Season 3 just ended. Rick and Morty Season 7 is going on right now. There'll be others. Check in the... Did I say that like 10 times? Check in the description for the link for Patreon. If not, episode 89, Campaign 2, Mighty Nine Time.
That'll be the Grim Shelf Tavern.
The Grim Shelf Tavern. That's where I paused it. I paused it at the Grim Shelf Tavern. I just wanted to let you guys in on the...
Or some shady
big
fellow or big lady with some muscles.
All right. And we got 50 minutes.
Grim Shelf
a little
Tavern.
Less than an hour.
It's a small dive. It's maybe 30 by 20 feet. It's a little, closet of a bar.
20.
It sits maybe 12 people total.
My
as you walk
bedroom
in, there's already
is like
8 folk that are drinking that all look to be
30 by 20.
I don't know, anywhere from the range of grizzled
I'm pretty
miners
sure, because I had
to
measure it all out the other to have the TV fit and everything. I think my bedroom's like 18 by 22.
And there's like conversation at certain tables and some people that are playing cards, and as soon as you enter the building, everyone turns and the room gets quiet and watches you as you enter.
Mind you, it is a master bedroom,
The inside
so
of the
it
tavern
is
matched the outside
meant
footprint.
to be oversized.
Yeah.
Make an intelligence check.
What he says before we just peek open the door.
This room I'm in is... There's 3 bedrooms. My master bedroom, 2 others.
It seems to.
The other bedrooms are...
Should we go to another one that's like bigger?
Half the size
Is
of
this
mine,
wrong?
if
Is
not
this the
smaller.
wrong choice?
It's just a very
know.
large master bedroom.
I think if it's not here, I feel like
The other
someone
rooms are
in
probably
here knows where it would be.
Tinier than mine.
All right.
Hold on. Yasha.
You want me to go ask somebody? Okay, so I'm going to walk inside.
Is she just going in?
No, I'll go in with her.
Okay, so Ford and Yasha, you guys enter the room kind of quiet. They watch as you kind of walk in. Eventually they go back to their muttered conversations and drinks and
all right, so apparently
games.
Yasha
you can see, at the edge of the bar there is
I must have messed something up at the end, but I thought Yasha
looking
was
man, probably in his early 60s or so. Imagine, if you will, a very, very even
I know
more
Caleb said he had to stay
sunburned,
behind because he wanted to learn
Hulk
about how to
Hogan.
help him out.
Like right now, Hulk Hogan with you know, this
Hollywood
this like stained cloth
Hollywood Hulk
apron
Hogan
on,
of
sleeves
today.
rolled up, tattooed forearms,
Oops, sorry.
kind of looking forward with like the full skullet going down, and this as opposed to just the Hogan stash, it's just a big kind of beard goatee mess right here.
Yes.
Probably has like 3 teeth in his mouth, and as you walk up, he kind of looks over.
Hey, so, what can I get you?
Lovely gentleman.
Well, actually, we had a question. Are there any, you know, like fighting pits around here, where you can sort of
Get right to it.
have a little playtime,
Right to it.
if you know what I mean?
Why are you two looking to go get your asses beat?
No, we're looking to go beat asses. So
Make a persuasion check.
Why you looking to get your asses beat?
Yep.
Yep.
What's this?
Okay.
I like
What do you
silly
say to
questions
assist?
like that. And when I say silly,
You know,
I
we
mean
have
morons.
lots of coin to spend. And
Why do you want to? Yeah, that's
frustration
exactly
to
what I
get
want.
out.
I asked you this question
We
because
are
I would
rather
love to have my ass get
unintimidating.
beat.
Couldn't hurt
Thanks
shit.
for the sarcasm and your shitty attitude, and
How's
maybe I'll kill you.
persuasion, or is this intimidation?
Depends on how you want to take it.
I want it to be intimidating.
So how are you intimidating?
I want.
So as you're talking this conversation, she changes tracks on this. So you're like, got some coin.
Go ahead and
not
spend.
necessarily intimidating him, but just looking tough. Where you'd be like, oh yeah, they want to go have a good time. I think. I don't know. I'm persuading him. I'll take it. It's a -2. I was trying to persuade the DM.
I was trying to win my battle. Lawyering up over here. Ashley is lawyering up.
No.
Yeah, because
She is. I dig that though.
Okay.
I dig when you try to plead your case. But don't waste our goddamn time. We have things to do.
17.
I'm just kidding.
17. That's
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah, no place. Not here.
Is it in the mud things where
In
Caleb
the
said?
stone coffin.
I don't believe
Stone
it.
coffin.
We have.
No. Have we?
What's the
I don't
place to be
recall that
looking
one.
for?
The stone coffin.
It's a basement room beneath the King's Cut Butchery. You'll need to ask the owner, the proprietor, Jack Brom.
Check it.
So you're looking for the stone coffin. She'll probably take care of you from there.
She'll take care of us.
Jaquel Braun.
Jack Brom.
Bro. Sorry, it's-
Basement beneath the king. The
King's Cut Butchery.
King's Cut Butchery.
That's one of those like
Fantastic.
big emphasis on the end where you can't
Sharing
tell.
what you know, and I'll
It could
slide
be 5
2
different
silver
letters
across the
there.
wall.
Yes.
Maybe not that many, but a bunch.
Take it back, and I'll slide a gold across the bar.
Pleasure doing business with the both of you. Hey, may God look down upon your glory.
He takes the silver and puts it away.
Dope.
Thank you.
You see, he probably noticed this not very well hidden symbol on your belt buckle and got a spark in his eye. Not the kind of person that would turn you in for unapproved iconography.
I give him a nod and remember that symbol is out and about, and I cover it.
I don't know. Maybe just like, loud and proud. Why not?
Well, I think in these parts,
Genuinely.
Not okay. This is not okay.
This is not okay. Yeah, Ford is showing
But
it
we have a
out.
little bit of favor.
yeah.
Ford is just
Like the wild ones are so
representing
different.
out in the open.
It's still not technically legal or allowed or permitted, but
I get what she's saying though. His might be a little different than hers. But I would still do it.
I'll show
Especially if I was Yasha. Yasha could take
All right.
the power of 50
You guys
people
ask around.
beating
It's
her
nighttime now. It's,
while
kind of,
she's
let's say,
sleeping.
close to
And it'll be half damage. And she'll just
10:30
be
or
like,
so by the time
"Stop."
you've gone on a couple hours of wild goose chase.
Try to sleep by a 10.
you need sleep.
So just letting you know at this point that it's into the evening. Eventually, you come
Into
upon
the woods. Out of the woods.
a particular building that is set between a high-end hat shop called Size Toppers that is currently closed,
Size
and
Toppers.
a cellar of
I
fine
love it.
pottery that is also closed. But in the center, you see what is probably the largest butcher shop you've ever encountered. Dozens of salt-rubbed animal carcasses hang on hooks on display by the front window. For being this late in the evening, it looks like it's in the process of closing. Like there's maybe like 2 customers still in there. You're surprised it's still open this late for a butchery. There's a swinging door that opens and exits kind of as one person steps out holding what looks to be a large like cloth wrapped section of meat. Kind of pushes past you, and you see one more customer in there that's currently giving an order. There are other staff that look like they're going home for the night that are putting their stuff away.
I was half going to say, what if there's an underground fight club in
the chimney?
the butcher?
You can already smell like the hickory and smoked meats from
I'm sure
just
there's smoking meats
a good,
and stuff.
10 yards.
But
from the
it's
front.
like Fight Club when they're in the basement.
Pretty decent butchery.
Of the bar.
As you kind of walk in a bit, kind of pushing the swinging door to the side, you can see
And
there's a
why would
number
it be
of
open so late?
tables
Like
where
you said,
waiting
why is it open
customers
so
would
late?
probably sit, though it is mostly empty at this point. The front counter is where you would imagine a whirling bevy of butchers taking orders would be. But right now, you can see there is just one individual that is in the process of giving the final cut to the previous customer. You see a female half-orc, kind of fit for a woman in her 50s, standing about 6 foot or so.
Very descriptive.
And is finishing final
and I did not
cuts and then
expect
handing
this
it
at all.
over to the last customer before looking up to
Nothing
you.
crazy yet, but I dig
We're
it.
closed.
Sorry, perhaps you could make an exception. We're looking for Jaquel Brom.
You found me, but you can come by tomorrow when we're open.
Oh, yeah, I'm just afraid we wouldn't be able to find the Stone's coffin tomorrow.
Make persuasion check.
18.
All right.
It's a good roll. And he said it with, I like how he
Sorry,
said it.
can I
I like
help
how
you
he rolled
there?
right into it.
I have to ask somewhere else.
Waits for the customer to leave and go off for a
Understandable. Our
bit.
fault.
She's like, you
No
goddamn.
sort of business in this part of the city. My apologies. All right, well, good. Come here.
Kind of pulls you off into the
beats him to
side
death.
office chamber where you can see there's a desk. It's pretty well furnished. Like most of the shop looks pretty simple and
She's like, "Come back
functional.
here."
But the inside of this
She
personal
smacks
office,
the
there's
crap
just
out
like
of him,
a
like, what are you,
desk and a
an
chair
idiot?
and a couple of chairs that face the
Fucking
front of the desk.
business? That's how
where
the
either she had like
mafia
some
got
intense
caught.
conversations
In casino.
with employees or other people.
Because he's talking business at the butcher shop.
Nice collection of brass knickknacks
I
across
think it was a butcher
Like
shop. Maybe it was a
it's
deli,
a nice,
but kind of the same
it's a nice
thing.
desk. It feels out of place for the rest of the establishment.
They're
But she
different.
sits down in the chair.
But I feel like it's
puts her feet up crossed on the edge of the
closer
table,
than most.
looking up at you with like the 2 curled tusks that kind of rise from the lower jaw, glances over with a smile.
So, you both looking to make some money?
Indeed. Or lose it. More for the
Please,
activity.
Please allow us to make money.
There's some mindset I like. People pay to be entertained. Can make money either way, depending.
My cameras went off. I had to look.
Downside, however, is the next big fight's in a month. So, you kind of missed the big event.
Great.
But
Grand.
if you're looking to fight soon, I can call in a special bout.
Most definitely.
Won't be the run of contenders, but we could call in some of our local usuals for a bit of one-on-one fights. The buy-in's more expensive
I
because I've got
would
to throw
love
it
to.
together in my own time. So,
Of course, and it's quite a bit of work on your end, it seems. What kind of timeline are we talking about here?
Tomorrow.
1 day, 2 days.
1 day.
Tomorrow night,
Let's do it.
would that work
Tomorrow night,
for you?
make it happen.
Depends on what you're asking.
Orc lady,
We got 2 different
room.
types of bouts. One of our special bouts is fists. No armor, no weapons.
Bo, you're in.
Fight till
Let's do it.
unconsciousness. Standard buy and entry.
Bo
for these
is, look
special
at
bouts,
Marisha
75
immediately
gold
leans
pieces.
forward.
Winner takes 150 plus 10% of the crowd's pot.
150 plus
Unless you want to
10%.
challenge our champion.
What kind of crowd's pot are we
I
talking?
just couldn't resist not knowing what that
Crowd's
might be.
pot
So-
could be
There's a 200
thousands of
buy-in.
dollars.
Winner takes 400 and 10% of the crowd's pot.
Who's your champion?
You ever heard of Cal Dimmons?
Cal Dimmons.
Demons.
No, I don't believe so.
I don't recall.
Don't worry. She can hit like a truck. There's a reason she's a champion, so don't underestimate her. Like I said, standard entry, we just take any sort of other random arsehole that wants to go ahead and jump in there with you.
Same thing for your champion, no armor, no weapons.
For that sort of bout, yeah. There's also steel bouts. That's armor, weapons, whatever techniques you want to bring to the table, as long as you don't accidentally endanger any of our crowd visitors, compatriots, patrons.
Love it.
Standard entry for that's 200 for the special bout. When it takes 400 plus 20% of the crowd's intake.
Ooh, so weapons and armor.
We could fight our champion there.
I
This
dig
is
it.
very interesting.
So you get
are
more
quite handy with the blade.
percentage from the
Buy-in
crowd.
for that though. 600 gold each. When it takes 1,200 gold pieces, plus 20% of the crowd's pot.
Crikey.
How high are we going? Every time I think it's over, there's another step. Is that it? Are we?
There might be a few more of us that would be partaking in the fun, so I think we need to ask them maybe.
How many are you thinking? If it's a lot, that's going to be more challenging to put together on short days' notice.
Oh, I think we'll have more participants. They'll be paying the standard fee at the door. I don't know how many combatants we'll have.
Well, there's always participants of watchers if you want people to go ahead and put down some money on it. That's all.
Yeah, the crowd's pot. He's saying the crowd's pot. I think it's
2
like
to 3
they're gonna get a lot of gambling. I mean, if
and our party might be
I've seen places like
6 or more.
small
3 I
little,
can do.
like
No more.
small time
Not for
operations.
a few days.
They get
I'm
tens of
just gonna wait for
thousands
the
of
next
dollars
event
on a
for that
fight,
one to work out.
What do you think?
just between like 20, 30
Unarmed
people.
or magician's charge?
I feel like unarmed.
You could,
feels
I mean,
like
say. I mean, we're gonna have to say because I'm thinking like
feel like I
real
miss
life
it.
experiences. If it was like
been a
that
minute
kind of prize
since I've
pool, there would be thousands
hit
of
somebody
dollars,
with just
probably
my
tens
fist.
of thousands of dollars bet
So you
in
want
their
to go in there
case
with just
gold.
the fists belt, right?
I don't know. What do you think, Ford?
I would do one of each. Can we do one of each? Can we have like a one-on-one, but like one of each? We'll have like bow and bow. Is the same champion and everything?
Steel and
The
fists?
weapons.
For me,
Oh,
just
you can do. We could each do different ones.
Yeah,
No, you're choosing which one you want to go into. Depends what you want to pay for and who you want to fight.
yeah.
But I would defer to you. I'm actually more interested in seeing you do your thing. So if you want to do unarmed, that's the way we should go.
Can I think about it and decide tomorrow, or do you need to know?
Depends on how
Right
to put
now.
it together. I have to know who I have to call in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a different champion for
Yeah,
every.
I'm going to do.
That's what I was
unarmed.
just asking. So there are
we got
different
one for
champions.
fists.
It makes
Standard
sense.
or
Your
champion?
champion of fists, like us. Our champion of fists
Champion.
wouldn't be our champion of
She kind of gives you a look over.
swords or magic.
She going for the
Look like
champion?
you've seen some toughness in your day.
You could say that.
Got some scars, got some arms on you. All right. 200 gold.
200 gold. Okay. Yeah. That's worth a little night of happiness.
All right.
I'm assuming now that I see this thumbnail, I'm assuming is
And I will be able
Marisha
to
and
speak on
Ford.
behalf of our
going to
third
join?
combatant. I believe she will also partake in unarmed combat,
Bo.
All right.
not a champion's fight. And for myself, the steel.
All right.
All right. So 75 gold pieces for your compatriot to enter standard.
75 and mine. And mine was
Yours is
200?
It's 200 for the standard entry, or 600 if you want to go against the champion.
standard.
Standard. Oh.
So 275.
I'm here for the champ.
Yeah, sign me up for the champ.
Is there a possibility of having 2 champion bouts?
I think the champion's only around for one fight. It's a bit tougher to ask you that one.
Wait,
Of course.
so now there is only one champion. I thought you just said they were different ones.
Well, you know what? I feel like Bo would want a champion. Maybe we get this for her.
Honestly,
And
I
then
thought so
I can
too.
just fight.
Standard?
Ashley's been gone for a while, so I didn't want to say it. Because I was like,
Yeah. Well,
That's 600 gold.
yeah. Oh, it's tempting.
You got all that shit. You got rage.
Okay.
You got.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you
so
can
it
use all
was
that.
different champions. Okay.
It's up to
I
you.
didn't realize
but
what
remember-
Yasha said. All right, but still.
It's
I was like,
me, so,
I was like, Bo.
only
I would
somebody
rather
would
have
if they
Bo.
come in with that
I
other
think
shit.
Bo is our best shot
It's up to you.
at taking
Yeah.
down.
I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay with what I asked for. Fighting the champion.
Unarmed champion.
Unarmed champion.
An armed champion. An armed standard.
Yeah, see, I feel like it's silly.
Steel. Standard.
I don't
All
know.
right.
You guys let me know what you think.
275 from you. For
I
both of
mean,
those.
you know, whatever. It's to
I
each
know.
his own. Ashley wants it.
you.
I didn't
No more
think to
entries.
say anything because I'm like Ashley's been
Should
gone
be
so
able to lock
long.
this down by
It would be cool to
tomorrow
see
night.
Ashley
I'd say check in
in
tomorrow
that kind
midday
of combat.
just to confirm in case
But I
one of
feel
them's
like hand to hand, it should
busy
be
and can't
like
make it.
Is there
without
something
a
else that
doubt,
we
Bo.
should mention?
And you
as
also know I'm
a token of our
a
agreement
Bo
other
fan.
than Stone's
But I just feel like it
coffin?
makes more sense for
Stone
Bo to be fighting the champion of
What it
unarmed.
means for us.
I don't know, like a code word, something to keep it fun and lively.
It would
you know,
also
like,
make
you know,
sense. As soon
chicken
as I saw
wax
Yasha
or-
in the
Well,
middle,
wait till about this
or
time when I
Ashley
close
Johnson,
tomorrow.
I was like,
Come
she
on,
must
boy.
be
So you're in
having
for
the greatest of the fights.
that special cut that I put aside for you.
Special cut.
To put aside.
Yeah, that moist brisket. That lean tri-tip.
No, are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I was wrong.
He was just going through his. He knows all the meat
Trying
cuts.
to put a little flavour to it.
Yeah.
That was a question.
Are you making fun of
Good
me?
meat
Okay.
joke. I like it.
Good
We'll
meat
be back
joke.
this time tomorrow then, and we'll have some fun.
All right.
While I've been in the office, I've been using my special paint and just painting googly eyes on like the boar's heads that I'm assuming are like out, the dead pigs and stuff,
Yeah.
and any animals. I just want to paint the googly eyes on them with the special paint so that they turn into real googly eyes.
Yeah, it's grotesque. You paint it cartoony and you back away and slowly they go
Yeah.
and become
Lovely.
actual like just bulging white eyes going like just sticking out of these
Lovely.
terrible
Lovely.
like open
Yeah.
organless pig corpses.
Fucked up.
I was picturing it way more like plasticky looking, but
Yeah, Matt just
this is
ruined our
fucked up.
night.
No.
The real eyes of a dead pig.
I've got to close up. See you tomorrow.
All right.
All right,
Thank you, Jaquel.
Jaquel,
What's your name?
we
by the way?
do have
My name is Yasha.
40 minutes
You are
left.
Ford.
Will we?
And who's your,
have these
your third
battles.
compatriot coming in?
I feel like because of the
Beauregard.
thumbnail, I feel like the battles are
Where do you
going to
get
happen
from?
after the break.
Ooh, well.
I feel like we're going to get everything
Ford Denali
done,
for me.
come back tomorrow
Doesn't
night,
have to
and
be.
it's going to be like break
Yeah,
time.
it's gotta
I
have
feel like we
something to
might see the
announce with.
champion. Might see the champion.
From the Jorhas.
Ah, good cover. You, the other one.
Good cover.
Where the fuck would Bo be from? Oh,
I think she said she's from Hupperduke.
Upper Duke. Upper Duke? Upper Hupper?
Upper hopper.
Upper.
Up.
Up.
From up, up.
Yep.
From up hop.
Makes a note.
Started down Duke, went up.
She went down Duke and up hop.
All right.
Field trip.
See you
Downward
tomorrow.
dog.
Yep.
Downward Duke.
Leads you out. Steps outside. You guys watch as they emerge from the office. She's like, I've got a crew here. We finished our business. Purchases made. Your meat will be ready tomorrow.
Yep. Meat will be ready tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Pushes you out.
I'm waiting for her to be like,
Closes,
Ford,
locks it up.
That was a complete
stop
success.
acting
we
like
had
this
3
is your
fights.
I just
first
listened to
rodeo.
see
You're
it.
like so extreme and
Run away.
exaggerating
Let's go
with
charging
everything
into
you
the
say.
night.
You're
What'd you do?
going to get us caught.
So we have
I want
3
that
fights.
old lady to
Yasha's going to
smack him
fight
upside the
unarmed
head.
with their champion.
Shit.
I signed you up for some bare bones standard fare.
Fuck yeah, you know me so well.
Yep, and then like I had to use a sword because let's be fair, I'm not really at your level.
You're very strong. No, he's not. He's
I've
not
gotten a lot
anymore.
stronger.
Look at how strong he is. And I poke on his muscles. Look at
We've been working this shit.
I know, but you can't.
Well,
What was the battle?
I saw. His
That
pecs
was
just
12.
moved.
Yeah, they moved.
Oh no, you won 1200.
No, his pecs moved.
See, I would have loved to see Yasha have done that one anyway because that was
time he picks up the sword, I hear
highest
his wrist
value.
crack.
I thought it was just.
And
a
Bo is
weapon.
going
I
to be
was just
fighting
like,
with
like that
armor
one.
and
Like
swords
every
and
time.
stuff.
No, it's from the
I just
push-ups.
feel like that would have been cooler for her.
Yeah.
That's
It's like I feel like we did the wrong battle.
Build your pectoral.
But it'd still be cool. I'm still down for a fight club. I want to see who are what was it?
You can do that.
Dimmons?
Your little weasel moves every once in a while.
Dimmons? Zal Dimmons? Cal Dimmons?
If you got some facts on you, you can probably do that.
Yep, your weasel's moving around in there.
My
Throw
God.
some bacon down your shirt.
Oh, he likes it as he rips your soul
All right,
apart.
let's go home, go to sleep. It's late. Come on.
Yep.
All right, you guys get back. It's a little bit past midnight after all the traveling and checking things out and making this whole thing work out.
I also forgot.
Situated
I
for
was about to
tomorrow
say
night's
we're at the
whatever
halfway
this
point.
is going to be.
I guess we
You
kind of
found
are.
a fight pit. You finish your evening's research.
Found our fight.
As soon as they left, 20 minutes after they left, Caleb went up to his room. Can I use that homebrew to do something super simple here?
Masturbated. Yes.
Okay. So he goes up to, Caleb goes up to his room and places 5 pieces of amber.
Silver thread everywhere.
5 pieces of amber on the floor after he masturbates. And takes his holster with the books on it off and places the entire set of holsters and books into the center of this circle of 5 amber pieces and mutters a few words and starts to trace his fingers through the air and casts Widogast's Vault of Amber, and the harnesses and the books just shrink in and a little beam of light burns along the floor towards the piece of amber closest to Caleb, and they are gone. And he collects up the pieces and the largest one and puts them away into his bag and sets off for the Shimmer Ward.
Okay.
To find her house.
To find her house.
So.
To find her house. That's right. I totally forgot to talk about that. We talked about
eastern reaches of the Shimmer
should
Ward.
we go with Caleb. Caleb was like, I'm
You come
good.
upon the
I want to go
address
alone.
stated in the letter. 31st Woadstone Manor. A respectable manor house rests on an expansive
see
property
Astrid.
that
Or,
seems to
well,
bear numerous other abodes
I don't know if we're gonna
across
say her.
its sneaking grasses and fencing, all which wrap around and sit in the shadow of one of the ominous towers of the candles. A familiar one. Her manor house is one of many that sit on a property that encircles Tridecathan's tower.
We knew this.
You can see the manor house is largely built from bleached pale wood, and dark window frames, making for a curious contrast. It looks very nice.
How many stories is it?
This home is 1.5. The second story is, I mean, it's 2 stories, but it's not
So
like
it's
a
not very
major building.
large.
It's like a
Not a
smaller
massive
additional room, maybe. It's
building of
it's nice, but
sorts.
it's not as big as some of the other estates.
Still
you've
not
seen.
sure on the flask. Tent?
But it's, you know, at this
I
point in
feel
time
like
for
it's
you,
one of
I'd
those,
say
like,
it's
word
past sunset, so
things.
it's evening.
I don't know what they're
some of
called. I forget. I'm
the
brain farting,
lanterns
but-
in the district are lit. Some folk are walking through, but most of the Shimmer Ward has died down.
Is it lit?
The interior is lit.
The interior is
Well,
lit.
he
There is
stands
action
on the street
inside.
for 10 minutes, thereabouts, and just stares at it.
I wonder
in
if
the tower
she's
and
going to see him before we approach.
Finally works up the courage and approaches the front door. If there is anything to knock.
There is a knocker, a little iron knocker.
I feel like people like this would already have known you're approaching.
Moments pass before the door.
I feel like they're watching
And
everything.
you see a male halfling in really kind of nice, formal-looking suit, hair pulled back, and a loose ponytail, dark hair, Looks kind of young. Kind of opens the door. Might I help you?
Yeah. I'm here to see the lady of the house.
And who might you be?
My name is Bren Aldrich Amandrud.
I'll pass this on to the lady. Please be patient.
You hear like a loud explosion and the freaking house wall falls off. Giant hole through the wall. She just runs.
The lady will see you shortly. If you would please step in. There is a guest holding chamber. If you would mind waiting for a moment.
Of course.
Of course.
All right.
As you step inside.
I'm surprised she didn't just... Well, she might be doing something.
The hosting chamber is this very sparsely decorated room. I mean, the interior, while the exterior looks very nice, the interior is very minimalistic. You've seen a lot of garish homes from the inside of a lot of affluent folk that just fill it with decor and paintings, and you know, it's very much a display. This house, a lot of the rooms just feel more empty, but not in a way that feels like it's unintentional. It's just everything is particularly placed and spacious. And this hosting chamber is no different. Small table under the window.
So we're about to meet her.
2 couches.
This is it. It's happening. I wasn't quite sure.
The walls are pretty bare in here, but you're brought to the seat.
My shirt so she
and what you gather
me.
now is probably the servant of the manor exits.
All right. Shortly. He said she'll be there shortly.
Still and don't move a muscle.
You can feel your heartbeat throughout your whole body. Just your entire chest is, you know, hot and swelling with the nerves that are kind of curling in your stomach. You begin to hear footsteps approach. The archway that leads into the hosting chamber, a figure steps in and kind of raises a hand, and the low kind of candlelight in the room gets brighter to lighten the interior. And you see a human woman in her mid-30s, dirty blonde hair, extremely short in the back, but long and kind of side-combed in the front, framing the right side of her face to just past the chin. She looks over towards you, a familiar face of older, with a hard look in her eyes, but a smile, with a heavy scar
I'm
that is new.
Very curious to see
from the
this
top of the
interaction,
brow
this conversation.
down to the bottom
This
of
is
the
pretty
chin.
much going to probably end it because there's less than
She's
20
dressed
minutes left.
simply.
I rise.
It has been some time. I was not expecting you, Brian.
Let's speak in our regular tongue.
And she responds in Zemnian. Of course.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi. Hello. How are you? Good. How's your day? Wonderful. Okay. It's good seeing you. Let me just leave.
I think I've been imagining and dreading this moment for longer than I care to admit.
I'm sorry dread was a word, but...
Well, I don't know why you dread
I'm sure
it.
you have your reasons.
You dirty bastard. What is she showing Sam? Laura and Sam are doing something down there. I don't know. Oh, it was... Okay. I couldn't tell what the hell she was holding.
Sit.
She was writing or drawing something.
Sit. And she kind of steps across the room to meet you on the opposite couch. And sits and kind of rolls her sleeves up on her blouse where you can see the same marked maze-like tattoos that you have previously seen on Aethelwulf's, also the arms of the halfling that was next to you.
What color are they?
They appear to be black.
Okay.
And she sits down.
We were in the
and pulls them up a
chamber
bit,
of...
crosses her hands across her knee and sits across from
Yeah,
you.
when we were at Trent. Ian Wolf. And the halfling.
So much.
She
What
just
happened?
fires a blast right into him. Caleb's dead. We lost Caleb.
A lot of things have happened, Bren. Where would you like me to begin?
At the beginning, from the day I left, let's start. And then we'll see how
Last
far
thing
we
I
go.
remember is my home.
Sam is just housing this giant. Look at Laura. They're having, and then all the liquid sloshes.
Chosen for a reason.
They're having this extremely, like we haven't
Obscurity
ever
picked
met
from the
Astrid.
rest of
Just
the
finally met her.
riffraff for
Swinging
something that we
giant flasks.
can do. And to seize such a destiny can cause a lot of heartache. And we can do some terrible things.
It's strange. I find myself wanting to.
The whole time, I didn't
Apologize.
like notice she was still holding the position, but Ashley Johnson has been like leaning
Still.
forward like this for
So
like
much
at
of me
least 10
feels like-
minutes. Like I don't think she's moved. I've noticed it like twice, and I
feel-
didn't realize she was still in that position. But I was in that position too. That's probably why I didn't notice, because I'm just like
A lot has
waiting
changed,
for them to both run away together and live happily ever after.
and I know some things now that I didn't as a boy, and I'm so glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too, Bremen. I mean,
Watching
it's
Laura
been well
go
over a
back and forth
decade
is great. She's just like,
I still often have talked about and wondered where you were. If you were okay.
How did I? He's in a cold sweat.
he's in a cold sweat.
How did I get to the sanatorium?
We took you there. You had a breaking point.
Yeah, this was the last that
And-
Caleb really told us.
Understandably, began to lash out. Part of that same spark that was seen in you could create a lot of sparks everywhere else.
Why do I feel like that's going to end up being way
And,
more important?
And she
Like
kind of
Caleb
reaches up and scratches a bit, and you can
started
see there's like
a chain
burn scars
reaction.
on the side of her neck there. Yes. But for your own good, we took care of you, and we brought you there. But we had to subdue you first. You were too dangerous to us and to yourself.
There's so much
was there a long
silence.
time.
I don't know what to do with myself.
And we always hoped that you'd improve. And at times you did. And I mean,
Because
to be honest, even
she's
looking at
acting
you
like,
now
I mean,
and
I understand they're coming from different places, but she's
hearing
acting like
some of the things that you're
you
doing.
went fucking nuts, and we tried to help you, dude.
I mean, you've defied all of our expectations. And if you feel like you failed then, know that everyone's path goes at different paces. You've certainly proven now that you are in no way, shape, or failure.
What are you doing these days?
What are you up to these days?
I'm doing a bit of tutelage. I'm doing what we were meant to do, which is keep our people safe.
Honestly, I thought she was going to be like a way... Well, I mean, maybe she's still is. I thought she was going to be like super, like the right hand of Trent or something. But I guess not.
And I've stopped some
She's on the ground.
terrible things from happening. And I've seen some of the possibilities of what can be done with the right application of the right minds.
Had you heard that my friends and I were here?
And it was rather rapid chatter once Trent had notified us of the return of the lost pup.
So Trent did make it known. I was going to say, Trent was acting like... I mean, he was throwing Brent around a lot, and people probably heard it. But I was like, is he just...
I've heard.
Not really making a big deal?
And I'm very curious. It seems... I mean, it seems so... not what I would have expected from you. So much more.
Lost pup.
I'm impressed. I'm proud.
His lost pup. My eyes are so dried out. If you guys are wondering why I keep blinking, I'm looking over there. I'm like, I feel like I look like I'm like falling asleep, but I'm just, my eyes, I'm drinking water, hoping they undryify. I think I've just been up too long.
There was a woman, a patient, I think.
One of the, we're gonna tell her about the girl, the lady, whatever.
She healed me, and this might be hard for me to convince you, but she helped me see things.
Oh, we're talking about not.
What we did that night, I did fail.
By not taking you with me.
But I didn't fail the Empire.
I failed you, Astrid.
I failed myself and my mother and father.
Oh, never mind. And you.
He lied to me. I know he lied. And if he would lie to me about that, it is hard for me to understand what he wouldn't lie about.
We're all just spectators right now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He kind of reaches out and kind of touches.
What is Marisha? Marisha is whispering to Ford. Ford's like, oh my god.
No. Good insight check.
That's what I was saying when she rolled up her sleeves.
27.
Since everybody else is at this table, I don't have to whisper to you.
She seems very genuinely mournful for your pain.
Oh.
And your suffering.
I was thinking that. I thought they were gonna.
But there's also a hardness to it, and like a less.
Because I noticed she specifically rolled up her sleeve. I knew I roll up my sleeves.
This is more of a.
But she like rolled up her sleeves, sat down,
sorry
right
you
across
suffered,
from him, specifically
as
across.
Suffered, as many people have suffered for.
Look, they're like on their edge of their seats. Sam, Travis, everyone's like.
And some things are necessary.
And look at her face. And Matt is like kind of half
That's
laughing.
kind of what you glean with a very high insight check.
All right.
Does she seem horny?
Does she seem?
You're not there.
Does she seem horny? I make you homie?
To be gifted
We've got
in a world filled with hardship like this is to do things we're not proud of. And to question the choices we make. And to regret the things we wish we could change. Do I agree with everything that I've been asked to do? No. Do I think about it? Do I lament? Do I see the faces of the people I've watched expire at my own hand? All the time. But I also know the reason that we get to sleep every night in a comfortable in bed or in a manor, as do the many families and children.
It's going on so long. I'm like half thinking Matt is just milking it to get us all comfortable and calm. And then
that don't have to make the choices we do.
Decapitation.
They still get to live happily and comfortably because the few, the chosen few, made the hard choice and do what few have the will to do.
Boom. Mic drop. And boom goes the dynamite.
I'm sorry. I will never forget what we were. And even now, all these years later, I can't shake it. I still
love you.
Care a great deal about you. At least the girl I knew. But
look at Laura, because Matt like kind of look at Laura. Matt's like kind of leaning forward, and she's like, something's gonna happen.
You and Wolf. And all of his little helpers. And I mourn our childhood. And our souls.
He's saying not great things.
She reaches out and puts her hand on your knee. I understand your anger.
I don't think anything bad's gonna happen at this point, but their reactions are making me think something might.
And as much as he's been our teacher, he's not infallible. He's just an old man with the right connections who will one day pass, like they all do.
Is she thinking like one day I'll run shit and then we'll see?
You always were ambitious.
So are you, apparently, Bren. Like I said, I'm proud of you.
It's good to see you. I think I better go. Raise my hand slowly up and just touch the scar. Run my thumb down it. Too many scars.
Except one.
What was that?
This
Except
one.
Thank you for allowing me into your home.
The music is ominous too. The music is like.
See each other again.
Welcome anytime, Bren. I'd like to see more of you.
What if Caleb is like just really and like we never see Caleb again?
We'll see.
No one ever sees Caleb again. He goes full
My friends are depending on me.
wizard.
Of course.
In love with Astrid back in the
I think I should probably get to them.
Just sort of hang on her face for a minute.
This is it. We're ending
Think
on
about
it.
staying.
I wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, I think we could spend a good 15, 20 minutes here, and we did. All right, so
She gets up and follows
went
behind
way weller than I thought it would.
at your pace, keeping her own distance from you so as not to crowd.
Laura keeps thinking something's up, but Matt is going out of his way to make it seem like nothing's
She grabs
going
and
on.
squeezes your hand for a moment.
But maybe it could be.
Before
I don't
giving a
know.
nod
He's very
to her servant
descriptive.
who opens the front door. Releases it and just stands there, arms crossed in front, watching you.
I turn and go.
Like, sits
And I
across from
wind
you.
my way back
Open that.
to our lodgings.
All right. Are we gonna
And that's
chat
where we
about
take
it?
a break.
I was gonna say I think we're. In my head, I'm like, we should be right at the break because we're like already at 52.
I didn't trust a single word coming out of her mouth.
She was honest, and I think she was just trying to.
I think so. I wanted so badly for her
She's
to not
actually trying
believe
to
her.
Igathon.
No.
She's actually trying to Igathon.
Igathon's upstairs. She just got done boning him and came downstairs to talk to him.
Could be.
He's Howland's old.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She doesn't care. She's brainwashed.
I mean, that's very possible.
It's a harem.
That's the
Exactly.
funny thing is, as I don't know. I mean, what Laura's saying is
Your
possible.
hand connected with
It is
skin,
very
right? Not
possible you
blue.
disappeared for as long as you did, and that is her
You feel
trainer.
Yeah.
It's very possible that she's hooking up or
Extra
has
wrinkly
hooked up with
compared to
Trent
what you were
Igathon.
touching. Was it way more wrinkly?
I didn't
was there
think of that
stubble?
one. It could have been somebody else pretending to be
something
Astrid.
different than
No.
Yeah, but
I
Trent
really do
Igathon
honestly
could know
think
some
though it was just
crazy
Astrid. We had just a
doomancy
heartfelt
spell that
conversation.
overcomes
You can
that.
just really moisturize a
You
lot.
can't.
Really good
Summon
skin.
Tova Cream.
Yeah.
Supple,
You got Paul
beautiful
Newman
skin.
face.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good.
He's been moisturizing from the beginning.
You can't unredford your face. That's just, why would you? Exactly.
Oh man!
I'll take the
All right.
wrinkles if I
Well,
can look
we're gonna go ahead and take a
over.
break here. We'll be back here shortly, guys. We do have
Wormwood
our
send off.
final Wormwood giveaway of 2019. We have
Final
the,
Wormwood
Disney voices
giveaway of
Puddock.
2019.
Paddock?
You guys told me this is
Always
it.
like I
Lockdown's
understand pronouncing
coming
it
up
17
soon.
different ways and then never remembering which one's the right one. So
Right after
this dice vault,
February is when it
this
started
is
coming out.
Actually, one of my
and
favorites. The
March,
orange
well,
color is
like
awesome.
in the news, big
To
time.
one of you lucky winners out there, the keyword tonight is
lockdown
holidays, plural.
begun
Holidays.
the day
Enter
before
it once.
St.
We're
Patrick's
the ones to be
Day.
disqualified in the chat, and once again, U.S. and Canada only, excluding Quebec. The stupid laws. We'll have a winner when we return here in a few minutes.
Goodbye, Matt Mercer. All right, guys, that's it for episode 89, Mighty Nine time. So we have a 20-minute conversation with Astrid, and it went very well. I, like Marisha and Laura looked, Travis and Sam were being whispered to by Marisha and Laura above each other. It looked really good. I mean, like below and above each other, whispered to the people next to them. And that got me thinking, now I think something bad is going to happen. Even though I started that way, the way it was going, I was like, all right, I feel like we're fine. But Matt was doing things to either make us feel comfortable or make us doubt our comfort because it seemed too good. He was saying, all right, Astrid's there. Then she says, I'll be with you shortly. She comes in. She sits across from you. She rolls up her sleeves. She's like kind of like leaning in. She touches your knee for a second. She's being extremely nice and kind. And I do understand they had a history and they cared very much for each other, as they all said. But I feel like enough times went by where I just didn't trust her and they didn't trust her. And then Laura's spitting out all these ideas and I'm like, I didn't even think on that. He could potentially, or she could potentially be Trent or somebody else disguised. And there's nothing, well, I guess Caleb could have done detect magic or something like that. But I mean, I guess he's not going to do it at that point. Then I like the idea where she's like, she's probably banging Trent Ickathon and he's upstairs. It is very feasible. I have seen this many times in movies and shows where the much younger apprentice falls for the teacher because they look at them with high value because of who they are and the power they have and the things they were taught. So they end up falling for them. It's happened a zillion times. So it's very possible. I don't think that's going that angle, but I just like where Laura's going. Laura's theorizing a lot. I said this before. I feel like my negotiation and theories are very similar to Laura. I'm going to go edit this up. We're going to do the live stream on Friday, finish off episode 89, Lingering Wounds. We're going to get the battle pits. I love it. So Caleb did his Astra thing. I'm guessing we're going to see her again at some point, but at least we got that taken care of. Yasha's doing her thing, and now we all have fights. The three of them have fights in the battle pits. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2, Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, Fiona and Cake Adventure Time, Rick and Morty Season 7 is going on right now, hundreds of other movies and shows. Check in the description for the link for Patreon, full unedited everything. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.